Hi, I'm Karlene Punancy, immigration attorney, and I'm here today to talk to you about the EB-5. What is the EB-5 in the USA? I'm going to explain to you exactly what the EB-5 visa is, how you can obtain the EB-5 visa, and what are the steps that you need to take in order to get a successful EB-5 visa in the USA. Does the EB-5 guarantee residence and citizenship in the United States? Does the EB-5 allow my family members to be in the United States? And if I have the EB-5, can I stay in the United States while the process is taking place? I'm going to answer all those questions and more in this video. So what exactly is the EB-5? Is it a temporary visa or is it a visa that's permanent? Well, the EB-5 visa, really, it shouldn't even be called a visa because it is a permanent way to become a permanent resident in the United States. Now, the difference with the EB-5 visa and most other visas is that you don't need a sponsor. What is it? It is a mass amount of money that one needs to invest in the United States in order to become a resident. So the investment is $1,050,000, or if it's in an area where there is a problem with employment and it's an area that needs a little bit of boost, the government will allow you to invest $800,000 so you can help to build up that area. The main point with the EB-5 visa is that, remember, you need to show the United States, you need to show the government that through your investment, you're going to contribute to the United States, you're going to contribute to the community, and you're going to help to provide jobs to the community. And that is why one of the main requirements of the EB-5 visa is that you need to have at least 10 employees in working for you. 10 employees on W-2, not 10 employees 1099. 10 employees that are employed and they will work 40 hours a week. And we're not talking about temporary people. We're talking about full-time employees who work 40 hours a week, who you pay taxes for them, and they pay their own taxes as well. So you need to have a payroll. Most times what is beneficial is to have a payroll company like ADP or whatever company you choose, but a company that can help you with the payroll taxes and make sure that all the payroll, the people are all legal, they all have their I-9s, you have E-verify them, they all have social security numbers and legal social security numbers. They all have a work authorization, or better yet, they're all permanent residents or citizens, and they're willing and able to work in the United States legally. That's very important. And that's something that the government will check to make sure that you have that in order, because that's something that most employers at times struggle to have their employees in order, because it's easier to pay somebody cash. It's easier to pay somebody who is illegal cash under the table so that you don't need to pay taxes. But remember that for this situation, for the EB-5, you must have all your employees in place or else you will get the visa denied. We have a client who bought a hotel and he was able to show not only 10 employees, he was able to show 20 employees because of course he had to employ people who were working, several janitors, several maintenance people, several people who are cleaning people, who help with the cleaning, who are very important people as well, several managers. And he was able to successfully win his EB-5 visa. He's now a permanent resident. Now, what was really difficult for him was keeping people employed because he was said, people would come and people would go. And he struggled sometimes to have the 10 employees because not that he didn't want the 10 employees, it's just that people would move on, or sometimes people would work for 2 weeks and then they would leave. So make sure that if somebody leaves, you replace them right away. Do not wait. Now, and I know that some people will say, well, I'll go ahead and employ 10 people, and once I get approved, I will get rid of all those people because I don't need to be paying a payroll tax. Remember that the EB-5 is granted for only 2 years the first time around. It's given to you, you're a permanent resident, for 2 years. After those 2 years, then you have to reapply to remove the condition. It's called to remove the condition on your residence, and then you need to apply again to get the permanent residence for 10 years, which is the normal time that one gets the permanent residence. So keep everything in order. Keep all your books together. Keep all the employees' documentation in order. Keep your invoices in order, because sometimes immigration will ask you, so what did you invoice last year? And you don't have the invoices to show. Keep all your invoices in order. If you have a lot of vendors, keep a tab, keep documents on who your vendors are that sell you whatever products that you may be selling or whatever you're doing in your business. So that's important. Some of my clients have told me that sometimes it's very difficult to keep all their documentation, all the invoices, all the documents in order, all the W-2s and so on. But you need to keep it. We have one client that his residence, his EB-5 application took almost 10 years. So when it was time for him to get his residence, immigration said, oh, by the way, 5 years ago, can you show me the taxes? What? You're talking about 5 years ago? Yes. So the client had to go and dig up all his taxes for 5 years, and not the 5 recent years. We're talking about 2010, 2011, 2012. So it's always a good idea to keep your things in order. And then they asked for bank statements, but they didn't keep the bank statements, and that bank went out of business. So we had to write a letter to immigration saying, you know what, we don't have the bank statements anymore, and that bank no longer exists. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this so that you can remember to keep all your documents in order. Don't throw away your bank statements. Don't throw away your invoices if you're applying, especially for EB-5, because in the end, what you're getting is your permanent residence. Don't throw documents, don't be quick to throw documents away. Get a box, get a suitcase, whatever you need to get, and put everything in order, because you never know when immigration will ask you for something for 6 years ago or 7 years ago to make sure that you were, I don't know, still in business. Obviously, if you're in business now, you were in business 7 years ago. But there are times when immigration will ask you for documentation that seems a little bit absurd. But you have to produce the documentation because they're asking you for it. And as we talked a few minutes before about the employees, if an employee leaves, get a new person right away, because you always have to maintain 10 employees. When immigration asks you for documentation to show that you have 10 employees, if you show 10 employees just this year, just the past 6 months, but last year you can't show that you had 10 employees, there's a chance that you may get denied. You need to show consistently 10 employees, this year, last year, the year before. And since the EB-5 is taking a long time to be processed, sometimes it's taken 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And like I said, I had one client, it took almost 10 years for him to get his permanent residence. So when the last minute he had to go and find all this documentation to prove that for the past 10 years he was in business and he has been doing well. So remember what I'm telling you, just keep all your documents, keep everything in order, and make sure that you have an accountant or a bookkeeper to help you to keep everything in order. I'm Karlene, I'm an immigration attorney with 35 years of experience. Follow us and subscribe to our channel. Watch this video at the link above or in the description below, and we'll tell you more about the EB-5 process.